Welcome to Waypoint of You. We're Jess and Miles, and we're on a worldwide journey to broaden our perspectives by putting ourselves somewhere new on the map. We have been exploring the beautiful country of Georgia for about a week now. There is still so much left to see, but our plans have been turned upside down due to a very unexpected invitation. So our original plan when we left the Svaneti region yesterday was to head to Kazbegi today, which is another one of Georgia's beautiful mountain regions. And we were laying out all of our plans last night and realized we were kind of running out of days on this rental car. So we called the guy that we rented the car from, and he ended up inviting us to his hometown of Chiatura for dinner tomorrow night. So naturally we said yes. And that has left us with an open day today and no plans. So I just found this place online that's about 30 kilometers outside of Chiatura that looks like it could be really cool. So we're heading there now, and we're really not sure what these next couple of days have in store for us, but we are up for the adventure. Whatever that is.
These kind of things, you never know how it's going to pan out, but you've just got to say yes and find out. Not bad for a last-minute booking.
I know, no kidding. The property that we're staying at tonight is actually a winery, and they offer a range of different activities. But first, we're going to try some of their wines. We are trying 5 of the wines the family makes right here on the property, the traditional Georgian way, using huge clay pots called kavevris that get buried under the ground for the aging process. This way of making wine has been used for thousands of years here in Georgia. This has been such an unexpected surprise today. And they have this dog, who is awesome. Yes, you are. You are awesome.
Your head is so big.
His head is way bigger than yours. I've got to give Jess a lot of credit on this one, because we were literally 2 hours into our drive to the Kazbegi region when we completely changed our plans, and she found this place while sitting on the side of the road about an hour before we got here. Wine in that one.
Sadly.
We just did a quick tour of the property, including the wine cellar, and this place is amazing. They just fired up the tonnier to make some bread for dinner. By hand? She just goes in there by hand? Hurry. Push, push. Push.
Mine does not look like hers.
The professional one and Jess's. See how she slapped it on there?
Super. Bravo.
You got a bravo.
All right. It was much better than my attempt at making lavish. How's this gonna work? Oh, so she's closing it up. Oh, and then she smashed it out. Boom.
It's the khachapuri we just made. Well, watched being made.
Yeah.
That's good. Cheesy and delicious. We are back on the road. After breakfast this morning, we tried our hand at making cheese, which went about as well as our attempt to make bread yesterday. But our time at the Sazano Wine Cellar is definitely up there as one of my favorite experiences here in Georgia so far. It was really hard to leave this morning, but we have bought a bottle of wine for our dinner tonight and we are heading to Chiatura.
We've got some time to kill before dinner, and there is a lot to see and do here in this area. We've just stopped at the Katskhi Pillar, which is a monastery that was built on top of a 40-meter tall stone pillar. We could see it on our way in, and it looks really cool, set right on the edge of this canyon.
There is actually a monk who has lived here since 1995, and there is a pulley system that they use to get supplies up to him, and that is the ladder to get up to the top. I guess they used to allow tourists up there, but not anymore.
We have made it to Chiatura, which is an old mining town set deep within a ravine. And for decades, the miners had to walk up and down these steep hills to get to the mines until the Soviet era, when they built a system of cable cars to help the miners get back and forth from the mines. And up until recently, there were several still running, and the locals would use them just to get around town, and they became a little bit of a tourist attraction. But sadly, a couple years ago, they were all shut down for maintenance, but you can still see the cars hanging over the town.
Yesterday to stop eating because apparently we're going to be eating and drinking a lot tonight. So we're skipping lunch today, but we got some ice cream instead. We just picked up some flowers here in Chiatura, and now we have about a 20-minute drive out to our host's village.
But since this is his car, it only feels right that we should clean it up before we show up at his house. So we've got one more stop before we leave town. Now it's time to head to dinner, but we don't think this is just going to be a normal dinner. There's something called a Supra here in Georgia, which is a big tradition, and I won't try to explain it because honestly, I'm not really sure. But from what we understand, it's going to be a lot of eating and a lot of toasts, which will inevitably lead to a lot of drinking tonight.
Mother.
Hi.
And my grandmother.
This is just the afternoon snack. Oh my gosh. So that'll be on the dinner table.
Wow, what a night. Solhan and his entire family were so welcoming from the moment we arrived until we left just now.
And we had a feast last night like nothing we have ever seen before. So much delicious food. I'm talking about plates stacked on top of plates and basically an endless amount of delicious homemade wine. The Supra went on until well after midnight while the Tamada toasted a range of different topics, and I may or may not have a little bit of a headache this morning.
We obviously wanted to be 100% present, so there was just no way for us to try and capture that experience. But if you are ever in Georgia and someone invites you to their home, I don't care where you are in the country or what you think your plans are, say yes.
Say yes.
And we even made Georgian Snickers this morning before we left. So now we are back on the road with some new road trip snacks, and we are heading to Kazbegi.
1, 2, 3. Means you will come here.
Yes, definitely.